Hello, Life Groups. We are in week 4 of our baggage check series, and this week actually marks the launch of our fall Life Groups, and we are so excited for you to be a part of one of the Life Groups here at C3. We truly believe that we're designed to be a part of community, that we're designed to be doing life together. So our encouragement or our challenge to you is to invest in your group, to contribute to the conversation that's going to be happening, and understand that it's okay to be transparent and it's okay to be vulnerable. Well, this past weekend, Pastor Brant continued our baggage check series by talking about anxiety. Anxiety is something that we all deal with on one level or another. And in fact, according to the American Psychiatric Association, more than 40% of people are more anxious today than they were a year ago, and maybe you can relate. Maybe it's anxiety about the doubtful or the unlikely, or maybe it's anxiety about the real things that we're going through right now, or perhaps anxiety about the inevitable. In Matthew chapter 8, we read the story of Jesus and the disciples, and they're all in this boat, and suddenly they find themselves in the middle of a furious storm, and as you can imagine, anxiety is running high. But why? The disciples had already seen Jesus save and heal many lives. And in fact, just before this account, Jesus had raised a widow's son back to life. He has healed many. He has brought many back to life. And yet in this situation, the fear and the anxiety was all the disciples could think about. But Jesus asks this question. He says, "Why are you so afraid?" He wanted the disciples to remember that he is with them. And he wants us to be reminded that he is with us as well. We are never alone. And even in the midst of our darkest moments of life, we are never alone. And then we fast forward to Luke 22, where we see Jesus dealing with anxiety about the real and the inevitable in the Garden of Gethsemane. Just before he was arrested, he was anxious to the point of sweating blood. And in this moment, in the garden, in this horrifically and real situation, he had anxiety. But even in the midst of his anxiety, he knew that he needed to go to God. Now, when we go to God, we have to understand that God won't always change the circumstance. He won't always give instant relief, but we need to go to him regardless. 1 Peter chapter 5 verse 7 says, "Cast all your anxiety on him because he cares for you." So we cast all of our cares on the Lord because he will sustain us. He can calm the wind and the waves of our anxiety if we come to him. And we can cast the anxieties of things that are probably never going to happen, or even the real things that we're dealing with right now, or inevitable things in the future, because he cares for you. Remember that he is for you and he's not against you, and he is always with you. Enjoy your discussion today.